Bro, Hollywood P reacts.
What's good, YouTube? It's your dude Hollywood P, back again for another video. Now, as always, folks, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also turn on your post notifications so that you stay up to date with all of my latest uploads. All right, guys, we're back once again, and today we will be discussing DDG's upcoming TV show, Are You My Ball? That's going to be live streamed on Twitch. And also, we got to jump into the DDG versus Halle Bailey on the Fight for Halo custody battle. I think that's August 20th, 8:30 a.m. in the LA Superior Courtroom. So we definitely got to discuss these two topics. Now, first, we'll be discussing the dating show. Now, DDG will be traveling, I think, to 3 cities or 2 or 3 cities, and pretty much getting his contestants from these cities. I guess they're going to have auditions, and he's going to live stream that, and maybe, I guess, the chat will be able to pick the girls that they like the most. And then, you know, he'll have them, and then he'll go to the next city, and then eventually fly all the girls that were picked out. So Houston, Atlanta, and of course he lives in LA, out here in LA. And yeah, so the dating show is going to be dope. But what I was thinking is, I think that dating shows, when they're live streamed, it doesn't get the full cinematic value that it could possibly be. You know, like when Drewski did his show on YouTube, it was very well put together, very organized. The edits were correct, and it was like, it's a lot that goes into making a dating show. I don't know if you guys ever seen Love Island, and you see all the production that comes with that. But when Drewski did it, it wasn't far off from something like a Love Island. Of course, it wasn't on that level, but it had all of the cinematic value, like, you know, the intro coming on, everything well lit, produced well, you know what I mean? But when you do it, you know, on live stream, sometimes your stream lags. I think it happened even with Black Boy Max when he did his dating show. There was a few times the screen froze up. They got to go do something with the computer and reset this. And if you're in the middle of a dating show, you don't have time to be, you know, your computer and the camera going down, got to change out the battery and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It takes away from it. Now, the dope part about it is live, so we get to see all of the mistakes. Anything that goes too far, we get to see it live. You know, that's the plus side of things. But as far as production value, I know he's going to, you know, the reason why he's doing that, because he's going to get the Twitch money and the YouTube money. Because once, you know, it finishes up on Twitch, he's going to push it over to YouTube. He have his clippers or his uploader uploaded to YouTube, and he'll get double the bag. But far as production wise, you know, it's kind of like when he did the hit-a-thon. You know what I mean? Yes, it was a lot going on. It was cool. You know what I mean? But when you're doing a dating show, I think it should be more organized. Like I said, like how Drewski did it, how Love Island does it, how Flavor of Love does it. You know what I mean? It's just a certain way you got to do dating shows. But I think this is going to be really entertaining. Now, do I think that this is real, and that if he's really looking for his ball? I don't think so. I think, okay, so this is going to be a 7-day event, a 7-day live stream event, correct? So what I'm thinking is, you know how Love Island did the bombshells, where they brought in like an unsuspected person to kind of mix things up? I think India Love is going to be a part of this. I mean, that's just my theory, because she kind of pushing her content house back to get, you know, so DDG can do his dating show. But I think she's going to be a bombshell on this. I think it might be down to the final 2 contestants, and they're going to bring India Love in, and then the people going to pick who, you know, DDG should be with. You know what I'm saying? And then they're going to make it official. DDG and India Love is really together. I think that'd be dope. That's just my theory. I think that'll be like an explosive way to really confirm each other's relationship. Because like we see Lala and Senko, they officially together. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we got, you know, Dub and Aaliyah and, you know, Chino and Valentine. So everybody's coupled up. Even Derek Kane's coupled up. He's got his little girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? So DDG and India Love, I mean, y'all together, you know what I'm saying? We see it. So this dating show, I think, will be a way to kind of like stamp their relationship if he used India Love as a bombshell. Super dope idea. All right, so now we got to jump and start talking about this court case. Okay, so as we know, DDG has been back and forth to court, and also doing court over, I guess, Zoom. You know, you can do it over the computer whenever they're not able to actually go to the courtroom or the courthouse or whatever. So they've been doing it over Zoom for some of the meetings. Now, the last meeting or the last court date, DDG and Halle Bailey finally touched on the actual custody part of it versus all the restraining order and all this. He hit her, she hit him, allegedly, all this other stuff. This was actually about Halo, finally. So DDG was asked, would he, settle for Halle Bailey having full custody? He said no. He wants 50-50. You know what I'm saying? That's what he wants. Halle Bailey wants full custody and wants to kind of like drizzle Hazel into DDG. We know this. She wants to give DDG, an allotted time to play with Halo in front of a housekeeper and a bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? Which is not fair. This is his son. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if she felt that DDG was that harmful to Halo, then I think things would be a completely different situation. You know what I'm saying? But just like we see, before the whole breakup situation, she was cool with DDG, leaving Halo with DDG, and it was all good. But until when the breakup happened, that's when all the, I don't trust him with Halo, this and that. Because the woman doesn't really, whenever a woman has a child, 9 times out of 10, the woman does not really care about the man. You know what I'm saying? When they're together and they got the family thing going on, they love it to death. But soon as that you leave her, she want to take Halo over to the next man. Or the girl wants to take and build a family around her new situation. So just like she has a new boyfriend, this guy's in there allegedly probably changing Pampers, picking up Halo, going hoo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, dressing him like him. You know what I'm saying? And Halle's like, yeah, you look just like your stepdaddy. You know what I'm saying? That's how it normally is. They don't care about the daddy, you know what I'm saying? They care about the family, the way it looks, the family dynamic. So it could be any man, you know what I'm saying? Stepdaddy, you know what I'm saying? Come in, have Halo dressing like him. He picking up Halo. She comfortable. Probably not left Halo with this dude a couple times. Might have dropped Halo off at the studio to hang around him so he can kind of get an ear for music. Just all kind of just stuff. Girls do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Halle Bailey knows what she's working with. You know what I'm saying? She knows that she has celebrity status. She's not the finest thing out, but she's in the mix. She got a bag and everything. She's got a dude. You know what I'm saying? They look like they in love for what it looks like to us. You know what I'm saying? So she just needs a family dynamic. She doesn't care about DDG. She wants him out the picture. Once he decided to move on with other females, she don't want nothing to do with him. She don't want no attachment to him. She want to straight go cold turkey on him. But see, the child is in the way. You know what I'm saying? Halo's there, so you can't just do that. So now you got to decide visitational rights with Halo and his daddy. And you don't want Halo to even see his daddy ever again. If it was up to her, DDG would never, ever see Halo ever again. She would have Halo with the new man and taking Halo over to the new man's family. They feeding Halo, buying them gifts. Because she just wants a family dynamic. She doesn't care about who was the originator of making Halo. She just wants a man there in Halo's life while she's with the man. Now, if this guy and Halle Bailey breaks up, she'll move on to the next man, bring Halo, and introduce Halo to the new man eventually. You know what I'm saying? And start trying to build that family dynamic around the new guy. That's just how it works, guys. And that's why she want to push DDG so far out, because she's like, well, we're not going to be together. Why are you in the way? You my old thing. I'm trying to look for new love. Halo need a new daddy. You know what I'm saying? That's how she's treating it. But we'll see what happens August 20th, guys. We'll see what happens August 20th at 8:30 a.m. Of course, we'll have the paperwork and, pretty much look and see how the court case went. I won't be there live, but I know some people do try to actually pull up to the courtroom when they do have it at the courthouse. But 9 times out of 10, it might be over Zoom. But hopefully they do it in person. I think they need to they need to see each other and get this done for real. You know what I'm saying? So the judge could really look into their eyes and see what's real. You know what I'm saying? And make a real decision versus just Halle claiming one thing and DDG claiming one thing. You know what I'm saying? It's always 3 sides to a story. Yours, hers, and the truth. Believe that. But anyway, guys, I am going to end the video there. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also turn on your post notifications. And as always, folks, holla back at your boy. Peace.
Every second every minute, man.